Hello and welcome. In this presentation, I'm going to go through some basics in digital marketing and hopefully get you a better understanding of what digital marketing actually is and how you can benefit out of this in your organization if you implement a couple of these different tools that I'm going to show you here now, and maybe even some other strategies. Okay, so let's get it on. To start with, it's two things that you need, and that's a pixel and a tag. So that's something you install onto the website, and you have the pixel. That's something that Facebook provides, Facebook and Instagram. And then you have the tag, and that is something from YouTube and Google. So what the pixel and the tag does, that is collecting data on your potential customer and measuring your customer's behavior on your website. So the data from both the pixel and the tag will get collected into something called a tag manager. If you now choose to do it that way, it's a few other ways of doing it, but this is generally the way I recommend people to do it. So you will get all the data from both Facebook and Instagram and Google and YouTube would get collected into the tag manager, and in the tag manager, that's where you can see what type of customers it is visiting your website. And later, out from this tag manager, you can, based on the data that you collected with your pixel and your tag, you can target your audience depending on what pages they were visiting and how your potential customer behaves online. And also, of course, you can target on interest, age, and many other things within the ad manager. So this is how a pixel would work. So you have the pixel installed onto your website, and that allows you to see what pages on your website your potential customer have been visiting. So all this data will get collected into the tag manager, so you will have all the data on your potential customer of what your potential customer have been looking at on your website. So still today, unfortunately, it is a lot of websites that still look like this. And what I mean by that is that they do not have either a pixel or a tag installed on the website. So it's no form of tool that collects data on your potential customer. So an interaction without the pixel would look something like this. You have the customer coming to your website and looking at a watch or something else on your website, depending on what you're selling, and then the potential customer leaves your website. And after it leaves your website, you don't have any means of contacting this customer again. But with a pixel, you can retarget this potential customer on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube and Google. So that's how a pixel works on a website. And this is how a pixel would work in action, so to speak. So you would have the potential customer would get kind of like a genuine fingerprint and leave a fingerprint on your website. So you can see what pages your potential customer have been visiting. And what the pixel does, it collects that data. So if you're at the later stage, decide to set up a retargeting campaign, you can retarget this customer that were looking at this watch on your website. And this, of course, works on a bigger scale as well. So you can have two other types of customers that were looking at something totally different on your website, but you can still retarget them and serve them with an ad because you know that they are interested in this type of watch. So you would just send them a retargeting ad on any of these platforms. And I want to discuss a little bit the difference in between traditional marketing, which is TV, radio, and magazines. So what gives digital marketing a bit of an edge in comparisons to normal advertising is that with digital marketing or online marketing, you can actually control your traffic. So you can choose exactly who you want to see your ads, what age, what city, what gender, and what interest. So you can attract exactly the type of customer that you want to attract into your organization or into your business. And then you have the monetary and the social traffic. So these are two different types of traffic. And the monetary traffic, that's what we just discussed. And that's the traffic that you control. So it's traffic that you can choose exactly who you want to attract into your organization. And then you have the social traffic. And the social traffic, that is traffic that you actually own, so to speak. So that could be a fan on your Facebook page, it could be a follower on your Instagram, or it could be a customer that subscribed to your newsletter. So this is traffic that doesn't cost you anything to advertise towards. So it's basically the best type of advertising because it doesn't cost you anything. And here we have how an advertising campaign could potentially look like. So either you choose to have the same type of targeting on this campaign, so you can choose a couple of different cities and you can have the same type of settings on this particular ad, or you can divide the ad into 5 different parts and you can have different targeting on each and every ad depending on what type of customer you want to attract just within this area. And when it comes to advertising campaigns, something that is very important to optimize your ads, it's split testing. And basically what split testing is, it's that you have 3 different ads running at the same time, but each and every ad it's slightly different. So you can have a different picture on one ad, you can have a different copywriting on one ad, and on the third ad you can have a video. And what this does, it allows you to optimize the ad that has the best return on investment, and then you would delete the ads that do not perform the way you want them to. And you obviously let the ad that is working the best out of the 3 run. And then you can try new ad sets to try to outperform the previous ad and just improve these 3 ads all the time until you get to a level where you are happy with the conversions and you're happy with the return on investment. So that's basically how an advertising campaign could look like. And here we have an online sales system. I'm going to do another video that's going to explain everything in detail on this chart, but basically it works like this. So you have 2 different types of customers. You have a cold customer and you have a hot customer or a warm customer. And these types of customers are 2 totally different types of customers. So cold customer, that's a customer that doesn't know your company. It doesn't even know that you exist. So this type of customer needs a little bit of different type of advertising targeted towards this customer than towards the hot customer. Because a hot customer or a warm customer, that's a customer that already know that you exist and maybe even been on your website. And like in this case, this person have been looking at a watch on your website. So you would send this hot customer an ad with a watch or with a watch that this person were looking at. So that's the different types of customers, the hot and the cold customers. And with digital marketing, it allows you to segment out and measure and see in what stage your different customers are within this sales process. So when it comes to the cold customer will respond to a different type of advertising than the hot customer, because the cold customer, he's in a totally different state or in a totally different stage in your sales process. So what's working really well towards a cold customer, it is content marketing. You've probably heard the term before, that's no surprise to you, but that's usually what works really well targeted towards cold customers. You as a company need to win this new potential customer's trust, so this new potential customer would trust you as a company and want to be a part of your organization. And we can achieve this with many different strategies and ways, but with digital marketing, this process makes it a little bit easier because you can see, depending on the data, in what stage your cold customer is and what type of advertising you should send. And then we have the chatbot in the middle here. So the chatbot is kind of like a email list on steroids. And already today, if you have an online store or any type of business that work with direct sales online, you can plug in different payment methods within the chatbot. So the customer doesn't even have to go to your website to make a purchase. And also, when this potential customer is starting into your sales process, what the chatbot can do, you can send this potential customer into different sequences that you pre-programmed before. So depending on what this customer will answer on a couple of questions or keywords, it's so many things you can do with this chatbot. It allows you to send this customer straight to becoming a hot customer, or sending this potential customer into different types of sales sequences. So I think that's all for now. I think we covered a lot of the basics of what digital marketing is, and I really hope I achieved my goal with this video to give you a pretty good understanding of what actually digital marketing is and how you could potentially use some of these things in your organization, because it's extremely powerful if it's done right. And it's so much money that a lot of people leave on the table just because they don't have any knowledge of that this actually exists. And it could be a pretty high threshold to get in. So I really hope with this video that I lowered that bar a little bit to give you better understanding of what digital marketing actually is, so you also can be a part of this. So I want to thank you for your time and good luck out there.